So on number one, we're factoring. Okay, so remember, factoring is where, actually, let me make this. There we go. Okay, so factoring is where we draw the box and we put the first term in the first box, last term in the last box. Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay. Then we're going to do the big X. We're going to say A times C is 23. B is negative 12. Okay. What two numbers can I multiply together to get me 23, but add to get me negative 12? What can I multiply to get me 23, but add together to get me negative 12?
23 and 1.
Okay. Does that add together to get me 12?
No.
Is there a number that I can multiply together to get me 23?
No.
No. So if factoring does not work, what you need to do is try another method. Okay. So on this one, we're going to try to complete the square. Remember, the steps of completing the square are you're going to move your C term. You're going to take your B term, divide it by 2, square it, and add it to both sides. You're going to factor. And then solve. It's going to go to the other side. So what's our C term in this one? 23. So we're going to subtract it and move it to the other side. So that's going to give us x squared minus 12x plus blank equals negative 23 plus blank. The reason why I put those blanks there is to remind myself, hey, I'm going to add something to both sides. Everybody okay so far? Okay. Now we're going to take our B term, divide it by 2 and square it. What's negative 12 divided by 2? Negative 6 squared is? Okay, good. So now we're going to factor. The way we factor is we say x and then whatever b divided by 2 is. So what's negative 12 divided by 2? Negative 6. And we're going to square that. On the other side, we're going to simplify. Negative 23 plus 13 is what? 13. Now, they asked us to solve. That means that we're trying to get x by itself. So we're going to take the square root of both sides. And that's going to give us x minus 6 equals positive and negative square root of 13. Can I simplify square root of 13? No. But I can add 6 to the other side. So I'm going to get x equals 6 plus or minus the square root of 13. First two steps correct. We move the C term. And then we say x squared minus 12x plus blank equals negative 20 plus blank. We take b, divide it by 2, and square it. So negative 12 divided by 2 squared. That's going to give me 36 on both sides. Yes, sir.
Why are we solving both by taking the square? I said to solve one by taking the square and solve the other.
I did. And then somebody said, no, let's do completing the square. Let's see if we get the same answer. You factored? Did you factor? Okay, let's see if we get the same answer. Okay, so now I'm going to factor this guy. And that's going to give me x minus 6, because that's what our b term is. On the other side, I'm going to get 16. Did you not find it?
What did you 16?
Negative 20 plus 36. If solved, you should have gotten square rooted on both sides. And so that's going to give me x minus 6 equals positive and negative. And we know the square root of 16 is 4. We're going to add 6 to the other side. So x is going to equal 6 plus or minus 4. Can we simplify this? Yeah. What's 6 plus 4? 10. What's 6 minus 4? Positive 2. 6 minus 4. So I got 10 and 2. Max, did you get 10 and 2? You're still working? Now we could have factored this. Could have factored it. And if we would have done that, this is what we would have gotten. I'm going to do it kind of quickly just to kind of show you that it works. So x minus 2 times x minus 10. So x would equal 2 and 10. Notice how I got the exact same answer when I factored versus when I completed the square. Just a different way to do it. Yes, sir. After I got the 4, okay, I added 6 to the other side. And so that gives me 6 plus or minus 4. What's 6 plus 4? 10. And then 6 minus 4? 2. So on here, our C term is already on the other side, right? So we don't have to worry about that. I'm going to take my B term, which is negative 12, divide it by 2 and square it. Add it to both sides, so it's going to be x squared minus 12x plus what number? Okay. And over here, we're going to have plus 36. Again.
Negative 12 divided by 2 is negative 6.
And then negative 6 squared. All right, when we factor, we get x minus 6 squared. 24 plus 36 is what?
60.
Oh, boy.
Now, what do you do next? What do, square root?
Wait a minute, where'd you get 6 from? Oh my god.
Okay. So when we factor, we're going to take our negative b, divide it. I'm sorry, we're going to take b. I hear you. Ready? B divided by 2 is 6. And we put an x in front of it. That's all we do. And then we say squared. That's how we factor this side. This came from the fact that you did b divided by 2 and squared it.
Oh, Lord.
This x minus 6 squared is the same thing as this expanded. So now when we take the square root, I need you to pay attention. We're going to get x minus 6. And then on this side, what are we going to get? When we take the square root, what are we going to get? We're going to get a positive and negative version. When you complete the square, you need to have 2 solutions. Unless underneath here, it's a 0. I need you to make sure that you know you're going to have a positive and a negative version when you take the square root. I'm trying to hint at something. I need you to know that there is a positive and negative version when you take the square root. Okay? Yes, sir. Because 24 plus 36. Okay? We're going to add 6 to the other side. So this is going to give me x equals 6 plus or minus the square root of 60. Now, you could simplify the square root of 60. That's going to give me 4. I'm sorry. 2 square root of 15. Yeah. And then that's it. Your yellow calculator would do this for you. So you don't have to do it. Okay.